Hello YouTube, Hoosier Archer here, and this is Thirsty Thursday. Oh, hold on a second. For some reason, something went kablooey with my phone there, and I just wanted to check it. Okay, this is from Victory Brewing Company. It is called Golden Monkey, and has sort of a psychedelic label. That kind of, I have to admit that I had to just say, well, I absolutely never had this again, and part of what Thirsty Thursdays are trying things that I wouldn't normally try. And this is a Belgian Triple. It is 9.5 by volume. It says a Belgian style Triple with added spice. It has a bunch of experience the sweet, sensual aromas and our famous Belgian style. So let's not put this off too long. Although I have to tell you that I'm a little bit leery of it. Huh. Yeah, that does have floral. That does have a floral nose to it. Let's. What did they say? Something about the finish. It says dry finish. Yeah. This is. I said something about astringency in the before, and an astringent finish is like a dry finish, and this definitely has uh, the dry finish they say it does, but it's at a quality of astringency that's there's a note of acidity in the back end of it too. That's strange. It's a bitter sour finish. Not completely unpleasant. We're going to do the Epicurean swish, swish, swish thing. Or I'm going to. You're going to watch. That, okay, that really bespoke of what I was calling the astringent. The dry, they call it a dry finish. I call it astringent because that's what it is to me. Uh, I don't know what spice they're talking about. They're talking about extra spice. Okay, I would recommend this. I will finish drinking this. Um, but for me, there's very little special about this. It's completely drinkable, don't get me wrong. But you put all this fanciness on it, and I expect it to either be horrible because it's made for a very small niche market in beer connoisseurs, or I expect it to be phantasmagorically wonderful. And this is just, it's just drinkable. There's not a whole lot goes in your mouth. You know, when you don't taste, I don't taste a lot of, wow, I didn't expect to taste that, or wow, I expected that, but that's even better than I expected, or anything like that. It's just drinkable. It's enjoyable. There aren't any overly strong notes one way or the other except that astringent finish. There's a little bit of sweetness. There's a little bit of sour. There, I mean, not overly sour, but tartness. There's a little bit of sweet and tart. It is an ale, so it's got the notes of ale. Um, yeah, 3.75. Uh, I have no idea how much this costs. This when you buy them on the one-off, they're usually more expensive than you actually get them for as a six-pack. The one-off, you can get a one-off six-pack for $9.99. It used to be $8.99, but they started putting more high-dollar stuff in it, so they upped it a little bit in the one-off shelves. They started putting the more upper shelf beers in it, and I think this is one. I think this is actually $14 a six-pack, and I wouldn't pay that for this. If it was on sale, I'd buy it, but because there's just not enough special about it. It's drinkable. It's enjoyable. That's odd. That drink, there was a hint of banana in it. That's not the first ale, and it's been Belgian styles that have that little hint of like banana in them. It's not really strong, and I don't even know if you'd notice it, but just this little note of banana-ishness. Yeah, well, uh, I guess I'll just sit here and drink this. I don't have a whole lot more to say about it. I'll give it a 3.75. If it had just a few notes that were really kind of smile inducing, but it's just drinkable. There's stuff there's other beer, other ales that are every bit as drinkable as this, but they have some special notes to them. Some of them I've reviewed for you, some of them I've seen you guys review. Huh. I might buy it for full price. I don't know. I don't remember how much this is per six pack, but I thought I saw it for $13.99, which I say is $14 for a six pack. But I could be wrong. I haven't seen very many other beer. Only one I've seen from Victory Brewing Company is Golden Monkey, but I believe they have other beers as well. Uh, I believe it's from Pennsylvania. Not 100% sure of that, but there are some other more exotic beers coming down the pike or pipe. I believe it's coming down the pike, but is the actual saying. But I've heard other people say coming down the pipe, so possibly either one could be correct. I I have not researched it, but pardon me. It is there. Oh, something I didn't comment on that I should have. It has. Oh, I beg your pardon. It's fairly substantial in its carbonation, but the bubbles are fine, almost champagne-like. Not that it's effervescent like champagne. It just makes tinier bubbles. I think that's due to the higher specific gravity of a beer that's 9.5%. Uh, you know what? Not because it was I don't think it was because it was the last drink, but the last couple of drinks of that were more pleasant than the first two. So I might have to try this at 54 rather than 35. It might actually be better. Anyway, that'll finish this Thirsty Thursday. Um, here's hoping you have a wonderful holiday season. God bless, happy trails, and watch your top knot.